Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about Ethereum dubious speculation. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. These are exciting times, to say the least, are they not? Ethereum is on approach to a modest, very, very modest, humble $3,000, okay? And are you surprised? You shouldn't be. Okay, this is the Ethereum tsunami. We're not asking questions anymore. This is what it is. We just call it what it is. The Ethereum tsunami can take us places that otherwise might have been theoretically hard to reach. And look at this. I mean, look at these daily candles. Look, 5%, 9%, 5%, 3%, 0.27%. Who gets out of bed for 0.27%? 0.64%, 6%. Already on the day, a modest 0.07%. So, Ethereum's looking pretty good. Now, the question is 3K breakable? Now, the first thing we can do to look at that is let's look at our trusty old Ethereum Bitcoin valuation, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. And the first thing to note is that the previous valuation of Ethereum against Bitcoin reached 0.05189. Okay, so let's go look. 0.05189. If we were to go back to that valuation, we can see that Bitcoin's currently 57,569. So for an invariant Bitcoin, 57,569, where would that put the price of Ethereum? It would put it at 2987. So the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation going to the prior local top would put it just shy of $3,000. And you can see right now it's at 2954. So where would it put it if we were to break that, right? What if we went to 0.052? Where would it put it at the current Bitcoin valuation? So let's see that, 0.052. That would put it at 2993 or 2994 if you want to round up. Now, obviously, what we could do is we could change this to X, multiply it by the current price of Bitcoin. Let's change it, 57,590. Obviously, we know that the price of Bitcoin is not invariant, and we'll set it equal to $3,000, and we'll solve for X. What does that give you? It gives you 300 over 5,759. Everyone obviously knows what that is. Simple math, 0.052092. Okay, so if the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation goes to approximately 0.052, you would be looking, for the current price of Bitcoin, you would be looking at a $3,000 Ethereum. Okay, now we got to talk about some things. Okay, there's a lot of things to talk about here, and we got to break this down. We've been looking at this channel for a long time, have we not? We've been looking at this channel for a very long time, and you can see that we come right up to the top of the channel many times. All right, we've come to the top of the channel many times, and so one of the things you have to consider is, what if we come up and then come back down? Okay, what if that happens? Now, obviously, there is the implication of that happening. We know it's possible. We said the same thing back in February, and you know, I got a lot of it's funny because the people that root you on when you're talking about Ethereum going up, they quickly turn on you if you suggest it could come back down. But we are coming up to the top of the channel here, and we've looked at the top of this channel many times. However, we also should look at the fact that, hey, I mean, could we break above the top of the channel? I think it is theoretically possible. I would say there's a non-negligible chance that we break above the top of the channel. And why do I say that? Well, we are on a bit of a rally, and it sort of depends on what Bitcoin does, okay? If Ethereum breaks above this channel and continues a lot higher in the short term, I think the implication of that would be a fairly nasty correction whenever that euphoria ends, okay? A fairly nasty correction whenever that euphoria ends. If we just come back down, I think it's just more or less par for the course. What we could do is we could look over here and draw the line in the sand from this point and note that we sort of just went up, or we came down fairly quickly. I mean, look at this. When we came up to this level at around 0.0864, we pretty quickly plummeted down to the levels that we just bounced off of. Okay, now if we were to go to 0.08, let's just say 0.08, where would that put the valuation of Ethereum for the current price of Bitcoin? Okay, 0.08, where would that put us? Well, we're going to find out. So 0.08 times the price of Bitcoin, which is now 57,594. Okay, where would that put Ethereum? Well, it would put it at 4607. Okay, so that you'd be looking at a 4607 Ethereum if it were to go up to 0.08 for an invariant Bitcoin. All right, what would happen if we looked at 2-month candles and extrapolated? And let's suppose we maintain the status quo. Look at these 2-month candles. 91%, 93%, 95%. Let's suppose the next one's 97. Let's just suppose. Let's very dubiously extrapolate it. If I ever started a band, it would probably be called dubious extrapolation. Let's take a measurement. What would happen if the price of Ethereum would up a modest 97% from the current price? Well, it would actually put it at $5,400, between $5,400 to $5,500. Is that likely to happen by the end of June? Probably not, if we're being honest, right? There's probably a decent chance it doesn't happen, but $5,400 Ethereum would be basically maintaining the status quo of putting in a modest 90%, 95% every 2-month candle. So we had 3 in a row, and by the way, these started off at 387. Think about that. These 3 2-month candles, this one started at around, let's see, it started at 386.62, so 387. Started at 387. The next one started at 737. The next one started at 1422. This one starting at 2776. I mean, you see how quickly market sentiment can change, because it wasn't that long ago that we were at $90. I mean, it really wasn't that long ago that the valuation of Ethereum went down all the way down to $90. Okay, so that would put us over 5,400 if something crazy like that were to happen. And if we go to, say, our Ethereum logarithmic regression rainbow, then we know, and we got to switch this over to a smaller time frame so it looks a little bit saner. That would actually put us at the top of this. It would put us at the top of the purple band if we were to make that move. Okay, so you know, the implication of this type of analysis is it could go up, it could go down, or it could go sideways. I don't claim to know the market in the short term or anything like that. I think it's more important how you react to the market rather than trying to pretend like we know exactly what's going to happen. I'm just saying, you know, there's a decent chance we come down, and if we do, you know, it either means Bitcoin's going parabolic or Bitcoin's having a nasty correction. Yeah, either one of those things is going to likely bring Ethereum back down to earth for a while. If Bitcoin holds the line and just sort of chills out at 57K, 58K, yeah, we could see a break. I mean, we could see a break of this, and that would lead to, I would assume that would sort of lead to some crazy altcoin euphoria for a few weeks if that were to happen. Not just Ethereum. I think it wouldn't just be subject to Ethereum. I think it could lead to other altcoin euphoria if Ethereum were to break above the top of this channel, because it really is showing you how strong Ethereum is at the time and showing that Bitcoin's having a weaker effect on the market for the time being. We also have to look at the Bitcoin dominance and realize it's below 50%. Okay, I mean, the Bitcoin dominance is below 50%, and this is a critical moment. I feel like it's a very critical moment in the asset class, because basically we're coming to the point where, in my opinion, if Ethereum breaks through this and goes up, then the dominance is going to drop like a rock. But if Ethereum gets rejected and comes back down, then likely the price of Ethereum is coming back down. I mean, it could be retracing significantly from 3K, maybe on the back of a Bitcoin correction, and then the dominance of Bitcoin would go up. The dominance would go up, and we would sort of just get back to our Ethereum, why does Ethereum never do anything phase, and everyone gets super mopey, and then eventually we just kind of repeat the same process over and over again. Maybe we come back up in September or, you know, August or something, and then we have our Q4 bleed against Bitcoin over here, and then maybe up again in January. So those are the two most likely paths, I think. I think the chance that Ethereum just goes sideways here is very, very low. I mean, over the last, it just doesn't tend to work like that. I mean, if you just look at the valuation of Ethereum against Bitcoin, it doesn't tend to move sideways. You know, if Bitcoin's doing something very specific, then it usually means Ethereum is doing something very specific, and so this is something, you know, this is something we have to keep in mind. So let's just keep that in mind, okay? And yeah, I mean, I think that you know, in the grand scheme of things, I do think that Ethereum is going to go much higher than 3K this market cycle. I imagine it could probably get close to 10,000. I don't necessarily know that it would quite make it there, but I think it is theoretically possible that it could make it to 10K. I'm not as optimistic as the 20K Ethereum. I don't really see that this cycle, but I'm not going to say it can't happen. If anything, you know, saying something can't happen is a good way to make it happen. So maybe I should start saying things can happen a little bit more. But anyways, we'll obviously keep a close eye on Ethereum. You know, it's approaching 3K. Hopefully our momentum gets us there. It seems like there's a decent chance that it does. I mean, another candle like any of these, or you know, some of these big ones here, and these are daily candles, would get us there. Going back to the prior valuation of the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation would basically get us there. And you know, even the extension from the 20-week moving average would like us get us there based on what we've seen in the past. Okay, I mean, and from the 20-week, we're not even that far extended right now. You can see we're not even that far extended from the 20-week moving average, and so it does stand to reason that a $3,000 Ethereum is certainly on the cards in the short term if Bitcoin holds the line. Okay, so if Bitcoin holds the line, then it certainly seems like it's a possibility. If you guys like the content, make sure you also check out the premium list if you want to know how I'm navigating these markets into thecryptoverse.com. If you pay with crypto, you'll get a discount. Check it out. You get access to a whole lot of stuff there, including the first Into the Cryptoverse NFT, which I'm probably actually going to cut off the snapshot for that in a few days. So check that out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel at the very least. Give the video a thumbs up. Click the bell icon to turn on your notifications. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.